Hello and welcome to Base Plate Reviews, and today we're going to be looking at a set from a theme that I don't normally take too much of a look at, and that's Harry Potter. And we've got 76451 Privet Drive Aunt Marge's Visit, 639 pieces, and this one goes for $90 US, 90 euros, 80 British pounds and 120 Canadian dollars, which is what I picked it up in. So the reason for wanting to take a look at this one is twofold. One, I really do like buildings, and I actually have the previous Privet Drive that was released, I believe, 2020, went through to 2023, and that is shown just here. That actually has about 160 more pieces than the one we're looking at today, but of course a lot of those pieces did go into the Ford Anglia that we've got to the side there, and also we've got brick built roofs, whereas you'll see with these ones we are looking at a couple of fairly simple plates. Of course, I think that this is probably the best scene set in Privet Drive, where Aunt Marge gets inflated, and I think that's pretty fun, so looking forward to that as well. But we will compare it with the previously released one. Of course, that one, a lot of the parts, like I say, went into the car and the roof. So the building here, even though we're 160 parts less, looks a lot bigger, and if we spin this around you can see that this can actually fold up into an enclosed building, which is really great. But if we look at the previous one, it is just an open backed building. Nothing wrong with that, really good play set, but this one can do all of that and also enclose. So pretty hopeful this is going to be a good set. Released in June this year. I think it's going to be pretty popular in the build up to Christmas, especially if you can get any discounts around Black Friday. But let's get to opening it and see what we're working with. So just before I get to opening this, I wanted to say the other reason for wanting to take a look at this set, and I will be taking a look at another couple of Harry Potter sets in the next week or so, is because actually I really enjoy watching the Harry Potter films in the build up to Christmas. Obviously the Harry Potter Lego sets are all based on the films. We can see that with the cast shown here, and with that in mind, and if you leave your answers in the comments below, I wanted to ask the question about, if you're a Harry Potter film fan, are you actually looking forward to the upcoming TV series that's going to get released in the next year or so? Obviously, you know, we're very familiar with the classic cast: Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint. It's difficult for me to know whether to be excited or trepidatious about it, but thought it was worth asking you guys what your thoughts are. So yeah, like I say, leave a message in the comments below if you have got any thoughts on that. But yeah, let's take a look at this quickly and then get it open. So it feels pretty weighty. That's kind of what I expect. Doesn't look like there's too many small pieces here. Looks like the minifigures are a really nice selection, and like I say, does show on the back of the box here how you can fold it all up. But I'm going to get it open, see how many bags we're working with, and I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward but satisfying build. Okay, so we've got 6 bags. Looks like in the final bag is where we've got that inflated Aunt Marge parts and the minifigure as well, I believe. We also do have an extra bag here with those plates in, so the plates that are going to make up the roofs, I'm sure. And we have 2 booklets. So first booklet, bags 1 to 3, second booklet, bags 4 to 6, and I suspect that one's going to do pretty much one side of the house and one booklet the other side, so pretty good for building together. I'll let you know whether that's the case when I actually do the build. On top of that, we do have 2 sticker sheets. So we've got one here which has some fairly big stickers, a couple for the door with the envelopes coming through, poking out, and then we've got another sticker sheet here. Got a Gryffindor sigil just there, so some type of flag, and various ones. I think these are see-through ones for the windows. Yeah, lots and lots of stickers. It looks like we've got, well, it's more than 17 because all of these are numbered 17, but there's 4 of those. We've got several that are numbered 11, so over 20 stickers in relatively small set. Not ideal, but it's kind of what we expect with a theme like Harry Potter. Anyway, I'm going to get to building and then come back to you with the review. Here we are then. So after a 90-minute build, so 6 bags, 15 minutes per bag, really nice brisk build. We're left with our 4 Privet drive with the additional little Privet drive side build just there, our 5 minifigures plus our dog, and also our inflated Aunt Marge just there. This is actually a really nice set. I like the decisions that they've made for the most part. Some of the internal ones are a little bit questionable, but I think that losing the Ford Anglia from the previous set and making this enclosable was definitely the right way to go. Plus, also, it can be tricky with these Harry Potter sets. There's a lot that are just straight rebuilds of previous ones, and you do have to justify why you'd go and make a set again. And I think with this one, doing the different scene where Aunt Marge visits is the right way to go, because you do get that iconic inflated Aunt Marge just there. It means you don't have Dobby, of course, which was in the previous set, but Dobby wasn't in this scene, so I think it's the right way to go. Like I say, also we do get the conservatory at the rear of the house. Obviously at the moment this is folded out, but really this is the front, this is the rear. I like the windows, especially with those stickers on. So we've got that little panelling effect on the windows rather than just completely clear ones. And of course we do have the bars on Harry's window as well. Yeah, this is pretty good, but we'll take a look at the minifigures first and then we'll take a look at the back of this. Onto our minifigures then, and of course we do start off with Harry himself, and of course we have had lots of Harry Potter minifigures, but this is a good one. It's very accurate to the scene in the movie, probably the most accurate of these minifigures other than the Aunt Marge one, and we do get an angry alternate face, so I think this is a pretty good one to start with. On to Dudley Dursley then, the Dursley son, Harry's cousin, and this is a pretty nice one, good torso, fairly accurate to the movies, although it might be nice to have a different coloured arm, and he has got an alternate face as well. He's got those medium length legs just like the Harry minifigure, and this one's perfectly okay. With Petunia Dursley, Harry's aunt, we've actually got a really great torso here, but I just wish that her arms were printed. In the movies, that patterning goes all down the arms as well. She again has an alternate face, not sure how appropriate this is. She looks far too smiley and happy, and she's a pretty hateful figure in the movies. We've then got Vernon Dursley, Harry's uncle of course, and I do like his hairpiece. His print on his torso I think is just mid, it's just okay, although I do like his alternate face, it's pretty angry. I'd say this is pretty much the most middling one of all of these minifigures. Finally, we're on to Marge, Vernon's sister, and this is a really great minifigure. The print on the body shows off that necklace, which is so important to the scene really, really well. This is the only one which doesn't have an alternate face print, but I don't think that's a problem when we get this whole alternate body with these pieces, which are really unique. I think they were used for the vending machine balls, the gacha kind of balls that came out of the vending machine earlier this year. This is just such fun, the big inflated Aunt Marge, and you can see that the necklace is no longer on this because it has just popped off with the inflation caused by Harry, giving her the curse unwittingly. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Now if we look at the interior, you might not believe this, but there are actually 7 rooms, arguably 8 in this pretty small build. So largest room is Dudley's bedroom. Like I say, I'll talk about that a bit more in a second, but some nice detailing in here. Then we've got the hallway, that's room 2. We've got the living room with a really nice armchair, a TV. We've got fireplace, again with the letter envelope coming down through the chimney. That didn't happen in this movie. So that's 3. We've then got the kitchen, just here, and I'll look at that a bit closer in a second. That's 4. We've got Harry's room, 5. We've got the ensuite for Dudley's room, which is 6. We also have still, even though Harry's moved out of it, the cupboard under the stairs just here, and I will get that open in a second. That's a little difficult to see, but I will open it for you. That's 7. And then arguably the conservatory, which is attached to the kitchen, could count as 8. So yeah, pretty impressive. Like I say, I'm going to get that cupboard under the stairs open and we'll take a quick look at that. But before that, probably my favourite bit of the set, and we actually do have a spare tile here, is we've got a 1x1 tile, square tile, which has the UK plug socket system just there. Best thing in the UK is how our electrics work, but I'll leave that for a separate video than this. Anyway, let's have a look under the stairs. So here's under the stairs, Harry's old room, and this was actually near impossible to get open. I actually had to prise a wand piece in just here to get that open. And then if we open it up, you can see it's a really small area. Of course, it was a really small area in the books, in the movies. He does have a couple of items in there. You can't ever reach them again once you've got this built though. So not perfect, certainly. One of the interesting things with the kitchen here, so we have, of course, that cake that ends up going everywhere. Just there we've got a stove and a TV just over in the corner. But you can actually remove this little section. So you can pull that out and then sit people around the table there and then presumably place them back inside. So pretty good from a play perspective in terms of being able to access stuff. One of the things with the hallway, we do have a telephone just there and also a little umbrella stand, and we've got a sticker which is representing a picture of the Big Ben Tower just there, so presumably a visit to London that maybe the Dursleys have done. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Still slightly odd that we've got Dudley's bedroom so prominent just here. I'm pretty sure it wasn't featured in the movies. This set certainly isn't perfect, and there are a couple of design questions that I have about the set. So like I say, it's based on the movies, in which case, why do we still have the envelopes stuffed through the door? And this is on both sides, so we can see it with a sticker on the front there. And if we look on the interior, we've still got that coming through on this side. Of course, that didn't happen in this movie. That's right back at the start of the Potter movies. On top of that, now I know that in the books that Dudley does become boxing champion at the school, and we've got a picture of that in his room, and also got a load of his treats just there. But I don't think we actually see Dudley's room in the movies unless you're talking about Harry's room, which of course is actually Dudley's room, his first bedroom I believe, that Harry ended up moving into. So a couple of things there that not quite right, and if we spin this back around, I think that other than that, yeah, that's pretty good, the house. But the 4 Privet Drive, or the Privet Drive sign I should say, of course the number 4 is just on the house there. But I don't believe that the Privet Drive sign was in a turquoise colour. I think that was black and white. I think that the previous one that we had in the previous set was more accurate than that. So yeah, a couple of things that are odd. Dudley's room being shown, and also the door still having those envelopes, plus Privet Drive. But other than that, I would say it's really nice. I'm not complaining that these things are there, just probably not accurate to the movies. So this is what the house looks like when it's enclosed. So we folded it all together. You can see it just clips just here. You can see both of those connection points for Aunt Marge and the clear plastic bit that attaches there. And then we spin this around. We can see the rear of the house, the conservatory, the beginnings of a garden. Pretty sure you could build that out fairly readily. And then on this side, we do have these rather large pieces that work as the hinges. And you can see that when they're together, you certainly couldn't place this right up against another building. But yeah, it's really nice once it's enclosed. I think it works very, very well. Yeah, the roof, fairly simple. But again, you know, just that little bit of detailing with these pieces, with the leaves, will work really nicely. And again, the masonry bricks, even though there's not a lot of them, just adds that little bit of interest to every side, and I think it looks pretty good from every angle. Maybe not those great big hinge pieces just there, but other than that, yeah, this could go straight into a city with basically no modification, which is pretty impressive for a Harry Potter playset. Here's a comparison between the two sets then. So I've got all of the minifigures down here. The ones on the right hand side are the new ones, and then we've got their equivalents to the left of them. And I think that pretty much all of these are either on a par or slight improvements on their previous ones. Obviously we've got Harry and Dudley with their long legs rather than the short leg versions. Then who wouldn't rather have an Aunt Marge minifigure than yet another Ron Weasley? And in terms of the more specialty ones, of course the Aunt Marge one here isn't a minifigure, but that inflated Aunt Marge has to beat out Dobby. I mean, everything beats out Dobby for me. I find him the worst character in the movies, but that's just for me. Now, straight off the bat, this looks a lot bigger, the older version, but of course, this is folded up. So once it's unfolded, that's quite a lot bigger, and we should see that when I unpin this just here. So just unfold this and suddenly you can see, wow, that's a big difference. Now, it's not a difference in terms of the height that's positive for the newer version. That's definitely quite a bit taller on the previous one. And I think that maybe that's where, if I was going to do some modifications, I would for this one. It's just that second level. Probably needs another brick's worth of height to it. That should be pretty easy to add though. But I think that losing the Ford Anglia was a really great decision, because it's just meant we've been able to get so much more of the building. Of course, you'll see the Privet Drive sign just down there with the turquoise colour versus the much more movie accurate Privet Drive sign, even in terms of the sticker with the bolts on the around the sticker just there. Yeah, a lot better there. So there's some stuff which is better on the previous one. Of course, it's nice to have a brick built roof rather than just the big plates across it, but I think these do work well. I think that overall this set is definitely an improvement. The fact that you can close it up and it becomes straight away really good for a city is great, you know, residential area. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, then please do leave a like, consider subscribing if you haven't already. We are going to have a couple more Harry Potter sets coming up, one that's going to tie in pretty well with Privet Drive, and like I say, they'll be coming out over the next week or so. But with that, I'll leave you and say, as always, be good.